Hey everyone, this is Kimmy from the Thrifter Sisters, and I am going to do a sold video for you guys today. It is Monday. We're at the end of March, and I have actually been doing pretty well with my sales. If you are new to the channel and you've never watched one of our videos, I'm the middle sister, Kimmy. There's also two other sisters on this channel, and we are thrifters, resellers, moms, hustlers, whatever you want to call us. And so we started this channel a few months ago, and we're looking, just to kind of share our journey as, the roller coaster reseller life with anyone who's willing to connect with us. So, like I said, my sales have been doing better, although it is always a roller coaster. You could have a great day, and then the next day you have nothing, and you have no idea why or what's going on. But in this video, I will share what items of mine have sold and what they sold for, so you can kind of get an idea of what's selling in my closet, and see what I have going on. So, I sell on three different platforms: eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. eBay by far is my biggest platform that I sell on. Currently, my last 7 days right now is about at $800 in sales. My 30-day is about $3,500 in sales for the last month. My current goal is to get up to $4,000 in sales per month. I'm not there yet, but I'm working for it. So, I think you should always have goals. Hopefully you have some goals too. And I'll share with you what my eBay sales, I haven't done a sales video in a while, actually about 2 weeks. So I'm going to show you some of the better sales, about at least $20 or more. There might be a couple other things slipped in there, just so you can see what's actually selling for at least a decent amount. If you're new here, my goal is to make $10 to $15 in profit per item. And so if I sell 10 items in a day, then that's between $100 and $150 in profit per day. So that's just my goal. I mainly focus on clothes, but there are a few other things right off the bat. I can see a sale that I had that is not clothes. So let's do this. I'll show a picture right here of the item so that you guys can get an idea of what has sold. I just talked way too long. Sorry. Okay, so this first sale here is a J. Jill pair of pants. They're a really pretty light pink. What I can tell you right now, it's the end of March going into April. I am selling more shorts, more capris, more dresses. You can definitely tell that the seasons are changing and that people are starting to think about those season changes. So just something to think about. Although it was only 30 here in Wisconsin, so I mean, I'm still in sweatshirts and, hats and gloves. But so that's my first sale. J. Jill pair of, they were pink capri pant. They sold for $23. I found them at the bins, so they cost $1. And so I made a good $18 profit on those pair of pants, and they sold in a week. So while I do agree that J. Jill can be a toss-up, I definitely think it's worth considering at the right price. This next sale here is a 2000 Maryland Harley Davidson motorcycle catalog. This is something that was gifted to me. People know I'm a reseller, so sometimes they just hand me stuff they're trying to get rid of, which I always feel super, super blessed for. So I got this for free. This manual sold for $39. And another my reseller recommendation in there is, books are a whole beast in themselves, but I have had really good luck with manuals and catalogs. Just something to think about. So I got it for free. I sold it for $39. I made $30 off of that manual, and I would say that's pretty good. This next sale, this dress set, it took a long time to sell. It's a vintage Diane Fress. It has a really bold, beautiful print. It was a set. It sat for a while, but it did finally sell for $34.97. I picked this up at a local thrift store for like $8, which is more than I normally pay. But in the end, my profit is still $20 on this. And, there's definitely a vintage market out there that I'm still trying to learn. But $20 in profit. I loved this jean jacket. It sold pretty quickly, a couple months. The brand is Ashro. It has a jean jacket and then it had like a lace detail, really cute. I picked this up at the bins. I sold it for $20. And so again, you know, my profit there is about $14. This next sale is Soft Surroundings. This was a really pretty sweater. It had like a glitter shimmer to it. I wanted to hold out for a little bit more, but since it's end of season, I ended up accepting an offer for $25. And so that was okay. I think I could have probably waited and gotten a little bit more, but this next sale is a swim item, really cute, plus size 22W tankini. I picked this up at the bins. It had really cute details. I paid 75 cents and this sold for $22 plus shipping. So again, my profit there is like $17, $18. And I do like selling swim items just because, and I've said it before, that swim items are really expensive in the store. So if you can get someone a value and still make a few bucks off of it, I think that's a win-win for everybody. This next sale I'm just mentioning because my husband actually found it. Every once in a while we're out and about and I'm like, let's stop at the thrift store. And so he did pick this up and it was a fun t-shirt. It's a NASCAR t-shirt. And NASCAR things are kind of popular in that they have a lot of shirts that are big and bold. Like people like wearing Home Depot and like Busch Light t-shirts. And NASCAR just kind of has graphics like that. So that's just why that kind of works out. But he picked this up. It was $2 at the thrift store, and I sold it for $15 in like a week and a half. So I'm proud of my husband. Good job, honey. I made 10 bucks there, flipped it pretty quickly on this Kevin Harvick Busch Light t-shirt. This next sale was a good sale. It is a size 16W LuLaRoe ankle jeggings. They were black. And LuLaRoe's pants have their own sizing, so that's something you'll have to look up. But I found these at the bins, and, you know, LuLaRoe is also hit or miss. I still pick up some of their more unique pieces, and these sold for $26. And I paid $1. So my profit's $20, and I think that's pretty good. So definitely consider looking at some of the more unique pieces of LuLaRoe because they still have some value there. And there's still people who really like buying those items. This next sale is a Cabela's men's size 3XL tee. It's a fishing button-down shirt. In one of my haul videos, maybe a month or two ago now, I found a whole bin full of like fishing shirts. And they can be kind of expensive, and Cabela's is a good brand. So I picked it up. I paid 75 cents, and this sold for $21.75. So my profit there is solidly $15 of profit off that shirt. So this next sale, I also picked up the Goodwill bins. It was new with tags, and it was just the Loft brand, but the retail on it was $60. It was a really pretty black floral print top. And it sold for $24.95. So that's about, 60% off of what the retail is. So it's still great value for my customer and a good profit for me. I paid 75 cents. I sold it for $24.95. So my profit's about $18 off of that item. This next sale is a plus size 24 Lane Bryant Paisley tunic top. Really pretty, lightweight, blue floral. Super pretty top. I picked up the bins for 75 cents. I sold it for $24.95. So again, my profit is about $18 on that top. Really, really pretty. This next sale, actually my thrifter sister, Chrissy, she was at the bins with my other sister as well. And she kind of gave it to me. She wasn't sure if she would get it listed. And if you're not excited about an item, sometimes it's hard to tackle those death pile items. So she gave it to me. So thank you, sister. I paid 50 cents for this bra. It's a coquette bra. I never know how to say that. Cacique. It had really cute details on the straps, and it sold for 20 bucks and relatively quickly. So I made $15 off of that, and my sister literally handed it to me. So you really can't beat that because I didn't even have to thrift it. She just gave it to me. So I also sold these Simply Vera Wang, which I know is, kind of just like a mall department store brand. but they were a floral embroidered crop jean, and I really liked the floral detail, and that's why I picked them up. I picked them up at the bins, one for $1, and they sold for $20. And so again, my profit there is about $15. And you can kind of see my jam here, 15, 10, 15, 18, you know, all that really starts to add up, and I have a pretty low, you know, cost of goods on these items. So, you know, I feel pretty good about these. I got quite a few more actually. This next pickup was a men's Under Armour. Oh no, these were Nike. Size XL. They were like cotton gym shorts I picked up at the bins as well. They sold for $20. And they sold very quickly. Very comfortable pair of shorts. I sold this women's size 3X Nua Tags linen shirt, which is right in season. It was like a very short sleeve, almost a sleeveless. I sold it for $20. I had found it at the bins. It was Nua Tags. Again, my profit's $15. This next item I also found at the bins. This was in a haul video maybe a month or two ago. And the brand I didn't know at the time. I still don't really know much about it. The brand is Hapari, and it was a swimsuit, really pretty floral tankini. And so again, I paid 50 cents and I sold it for $20. And so my profit's $15. And honestly, a lot of times when I have people sending offers, that's kind of just my benchmark, is if I can get it at 20, then I know my profit is $15. So that's kind of why you hear me a lot say my, you know, $20, $15, because I just always end up putting out those numbers and they seem to work. So I also sold this Knox Rose. My sisters told me that I had been missing out for a while. I've probably passed on this brand a lot. The brand is Knox Rose. It's no Chanel, y'all, but it has a really high sell-through rate, and there's a following for these Knox Rose. They're kind of like boho, festival. They have all kinds of different, like, just kind of bohemian vibes. And so this was a floral dress I had picked up at the bins. And so my cost was 75 cents, and I sold this for $1 within 2 weeks. And so I made 15 bucks on that flip. I mean, if you think if I'm paying $1 for an item and I'm making $15 off of that $1, I would say every time I mean, for me, that's worth it. I know everyone's got their own game, but I would say that's pretty good. I'm really happy with that. So this next sale I had picked up, and it was also in one of my haul videos. It's Vineyard Vines. It was a quarter zip pullover, and it sold within 2 weeks for $34. And so I actually found this at the bins. And so that was $1, and my profit's about $25 on that. So that was also a really great sale. Here's another $25 sale. It was a tailbots dress. It was a wool blend, and I sold it for $25. I also found it at the bins, and so my profit there is 20 bucks. Like I said, I just keep, you know, and for beginners or for anyone really, you know, when you're stacking on $10, $15, $20 in profit, and you can do it multiple times a day, I guess that's just me. That's my game here. I have a couple more here, $20 sales. This is a $22. This is a vintage Hilo Haiti. This brand is pretty popular and something definitely a bolo to look out for as far as clothing brands go. And it sold for $22. And I also found it at the bins. But that brand is definitely something I would keep an eye out for. And I do like picking up Hawaiian shirts. We're just getting to the travel season, so it's right on time. I sold this beach lunch lounge linen dress. It was like a shirt dress, and it kind of has that classic like beachy striped vibe. Again, I paid $1 and I sold it for $20, and so that was another great sale, right? Also in the season too for that as well, something to think about. This next sale, I had this sweater for a little while. It was tailbots, but it was 2X, size 2X, and it was made in Italy, and I sold it for $29. So although I did have to wait a little bit, and tailbots is, you know, for me, sometimes hit or miss, it was a good sale, and it sold for $29. So that is a good, you know, value there. This next shirt was a plus size women within size 30-32. Red floral button-up shirt. Woman Within is a pretty classic plus-size brand. And I sold it for $25, and I thought that was really great. 30-32 is a bigger size. You're getting into maybe the 4X range there, but it sold for 25 bucks. This next sale is a 100% linen Tommy Bahama shirt. Again, right in the seasonality. People are going on cruises, on vacations. I sold this shirt for $24.70. I got it at the bins, so my profit again is, you know, $18, $19. And, you know, this brand, I did not know what it was. And my sisters and I were kind of talking about it. And it's literally what it looks like in the logo. It's EP New York. This is a golf skirt, and it sold very quickly. So I definitely think, you know, we're getting into golf season. So spring, summer, that's definitely something to look out for. And this sold for $24. So, and I paid 50 cents for it. And so I made $20 in profit there. But these skirts, I looked them up when I finally figured out the brand, and they go for like $60 to $80 per skirt. And it was really high quality. The material was great. So I get it. So, you know, $24 is actually a value because that was in a really great condition. So I would say that's a win for all. This actually my husband also found, so I have to shout out to him as well. This is a sealed, still like in the plastic Monopoly. It was the QVC edition. He had found it with me on one of our trips to a regular Goodwill. And we paid $4 for this, and it sold for $40, $39.95. So that's a really great profit. And, you know, if you're into the board games, and I know a lot of people are, for me, I try to stick with ones that are still sealed, and I don't do a whole lot with them, but then you at least know that the pieces will be in there if they're in the original packaging. Just my thought, just my tip there. I sold another pair of these silver bootcut jeans. If you watched any of my haul videos, I fell upon a whole bin of silver and BKE jeans, and these ones sold for $29.95. So I paid $1 at the Goodwill bins. I sold them for $29, and that's like $24 in profit. So I think that was worth it, even though, you know, bootcut isn't, you know, as stylish or that, you know, as trendy. It's still definitely something people wear. I bought this J. Jill 100% cotton. It was a corduroy tunic top at a local thrift store. And I did pay up a little bit for this at $5, but it sold for $29.95. So my profit's $20. And I still think that is a good, you know, a good sale. I'm still one that picks up J. Jill. And sometimes it sits, like I get it, you know, but that was a good sale, and that sold also in like 2 weeks, y'all. I feel like a broken record. Here's another. This is a $29 sale. This is the brand Caslon. It was size 24W. It was a moto blazer jacket that sold for $29. I sold this 4XL Under Armour. This is another pair of gym shorts I found at the bins, and they sold for $21. So, and my cost is $1 there. I sold this really pretty floral blouse. I loved this blouse. I thought it was really pretty. I found it at the bins. It sold for $17. So again, still $12, $13 in profit. You know, I also sold a couple pairs of my kids' cleats. That is definitely another thing I would recommend if you're just getting into things and kind of, you know, finding your way. Baseball stuff is really expensive. Spring is when baseball stuff comes around. Cleats are expensive. Gloves are expensive. Baseball bats are expensive. So if you can find some of these things at a cheap price, I would pick them up. I had 2 pairs of these from my son. They're Nike Vapor baseball cleats, and I sold them each for $20 a piece. My son's got a season out of them, so hey, I think that's pretty good, getting some of my money back on their baseball stuff. It's expensive, y'all. Lord. I just sold this pair of 34W is the size. Woman within, they're like a Bermuda short almost. For $20, I sold this plus size 3X boho dress for $22. I sold this Torrid plus size top. Torrid is always a solid brand for me for $22. That was really pretty. This was a little bit different than what some of my other sales. This is the brand Naf Naf. And it was a linen blend shorts romper. It kind of gave me like a J-Lo vibe. And it sold for 20 bucks. And it was linen blend, so I thought that was a pretty good value as well. And then I'll just end because I do have a couple, there's some, sales that are like $10, $12, $14 in there. They're thrown in there too, but I try to focus on the higher price ones so you guys can see what's going for at least a decent amount out there. I sold this vintage Izad Lacoste sweater. I picked it up at the bins and it sold for $30 and I paid $1 for it. So I still say like that Lacoste brand is worth looking at in some instances, and that did really well for me. So that was good. And this last sale here is J. Jill. It is Pure Jill, which is like one of her brand sub-brands, and that also sold for $20. So those were some of my better sales, mostly around $20 or up for eBay for the last week or two. I haven't done a sold video in a while. I'll also just throw up a couple different of my Poshmark sales that did very well. I did get a bundle that was fun, and it included a couple Levi's items. She offered me $61 for a 3-piece bundle, and I thought that was good. So that had a couple Levi's items in it. I also sold this Nick and Zoe cardigan. And this is a pretty good brand. I would say it was a Bolo clothing brand, especially in plus size, something to look for. This cardigan sold for $33. I also sold this pair of Lane Bryant, the Alley. They were a black and gold shimmer dress pant. And my thrifter sister, Stephanie, also found this exact pair of pants, like literally a week. No, it was the day we were at Goodwill, and she was like, oh, I kind of like these, and we were at the bins, and I said, I literally just sold those, and she was like, no way, yes way, and I sold them for $26, so if we picked them up at the bins for $1 and sold them for $26, that's $18 in profit, so it sold for me, and then, I'm sure it'll sell for her too. I also sold this pair of Athleta Pants, and I did find them at the bins, and I got a full price sale out of them within a couple weeks for $29, and they cost me again 75 cents. So that was also a really great sale. Like I said, I did skip a couple of these lower price sales, but as you can see here, a lot of $10, $15, even $20 in profit per these items. That was most of the Poshmark. A lot of my Poshmark sales were a little bit, the sale price was more like $10, $12, $15. But it all still adds up to me. Like I said, my numbers on eBay right now are running at about $800 for the last 7 days. And I think I'm at like $3,300 and some change for the last month. So my goal is to get up to $4,000 in sale per month, hopefully in the next month or two. But baseball season is starting, and if y'all have kids, even if they're in anything else, dance, soccer, band, all kinds of things, you guys know what it is like to try to tackle all these things, practices and taking them places and birthday parties and spring break. So we'll see if I get there. If I can stay in the $3,000 per month, that means I'm selling $100 per day. And that's just eBay. That does not include my Poshmark or Mercari sales. So that is what I have for you guys. Let me know what you think of any of these sales. What are you guys out there picking up? And how are your sales doing? What's selling for you? I mean, by all means, please share. I love talking to you guys. I love getting comments and meeting up, interacting with you guys and kind of comparing what's going on. I did have a couple people comment on my eBay issue that was video that they also said they were having eBay issues. So it's good to know that you're not alone, and reselling can sometimes be kind of lonely because it's not a typical job. It's not what most people do. It's not a 9-to-5. It's not an office job or whatever. So that's it. You guys keep hustling out there. I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully we'll be back soon with another video. Bye, guys.